In this video, I'm going to be going through my entire 2026 postseason predictions for the National Football League, coming off of one of the craziest regular seasons in recent memory. Teams like the Chiefs, the Lions, the Ravens, the Buccaneers, all missing out on the playoffs. Surprise teams everywhere. The Panthers, the Bears, the Jaguars, the Patriots, the Steelers. Crazy seasons. We're going to go through the playoffs and see who my Super Bowl champion is. And I think my pick is going to surprise some people. We'll start off in the AFC 5 seeded Texans versus the 4 seeded Steelers. And I do kind of like this matchup for Pittsburgh, but I am going to take Houston. Buffalo and Jacksonville. Jaguars have been one of the best teams in football for the last several months, coming on an 8-game win streak to get into the playoffs, and I don't think the Bills are going to be able to stop them. I think Trevor Lawrence is playing too good right now. And the 7-seeded Chargers head to Boston to face the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. I am a little worried about the Patriots being on fraud watch due to how easy their schedule was, but I don't think the Chargers are going to be the team to slow them down. In the NFC, I think the Rams will get the best of the Panthers this time. The first time they played, the Panthers did take them down. I don't think it's going to happen again. Niners go to Philly. This is, I think, my biggest toss-up game. Right now, my lean is San Francisco because Brock Purdy in that offense. Christian McCaffrey is going to go contend for Offensive Player of the Year. They've just been playing much more consistent football, especially on the offensive side of the ball, than the Eagles. And then Packers Bears, I think I gotta go with the Bears. Um, the Packers probably should have swept the Bears. You look at the game that the Bears took in Chicago, it needed the onside kick and overtime and everything to go right. But I don't think that Ben Johnson's going to let his boys need that type of scenario again. Divisional round, we'll start in the AFC. Three-seeded Jaguars go to New England to face the Patriots. I'm taking the Jaguars to go probably farther than most of y'all think. Texans at Denver. I'm leaning Houston. I think their defense has just been unreal. I think Bo Nix and that Broncos offense has been sketch. I think the Broncos are kind of like New England, and I think they're on a bit of a fraud watch just with how many one score games they've won, and I don't think that's a recipe for success in the postseason. In the NFC, you got the Rams heading to Chicago to play the Bears. I'm taking the Rams, but I could see the Bears pulling this one out. And then I'm taking the Seahawks over the Niners at home. Their defense has been too good. Sam Darnold's playing well, JSN. So I'm going to take Seattle to get to the NFC Championship game where they will face the Rams. And I'm taking the Rams. This has been one that I'm going back and forth on in my head just because they split the season series. The Seahawks won the last matchup, the Rams won the first one. And, there's kind of those arguments on both sides. It took a really bad game from the Rams for the Seahawks to win. And then you look at the game that the Rams won, where Darnold threw 4 picks, and they were a missed field goal away from winning it at the end of the game. But I'm taking my MVP, Matthew Stafford, and the Rams. I just trust Matt Stafford more than Sam Darnold in the big light, in the big moment. And then the AFC Championship, another in division matchup. I'm taking Jacksonville over Houston. Um, I just think that Trevor Lawrence has been playing on another level lately. I don't trust the Houston offense much, and I think their defense will keep them in it. I just think the Jaguars have been playing too good. So my Super Bowl matchup is the Rams and the Jaguars, which if you told me this at the beginning of the season, I don't even know what I would have thought. But in this matchup, in the Super Bowl, I am taking Matthew Stafford and the Rams to beat the Jaguars. It is year one of the Lincoln era. I think the Jaguars are going to have plenty of opportunities to get back into this spot, especially if Trevor Lawrence plays the way he's played this year moving forwards. I think the Jaguars are going to be a serious problem in the AFC for a long time. But I just think that this is the Rams' year. I think their offense has been too good. Matthew Stafford is playing like the MVP. Puka's gonna compete for Offensive Player of the Year. There's just too much going on, too much going for them in LA. So I'm taking the Rams to win. And low key, Stafford wins MVP this year. He wins a ring. Maybe he gets Super Bowl MVP. He retires on top. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this one. I have the Rams beating the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. Let me know y'all's picks down below, and we'll see y'all in the next one.